Chapter in the opening pages of any manga can be extremely important to how it ends up being perceived, and Chainsaw Man nailed this aspect in the most unusual manner. Like on the very first page, amidst a bunch of panels, there is an overabundance of speech bubbles, and that makes it a very bold opening because it jumps straight to the point, introducing us to the theme of dehumanization with the dialogue. And it's not like the exposition is pointless. Denji is going for a job that will earn him some money, and he is calculating his finances. That makes sense. So it's not out of place. And that's not even the best part. The best part is the fact that we get all this dehumanization talk essentially introduced to us against a very calm backdrop, in a very calm setting. Like it's just another day in the yard. And this kind of dialogue in that kind of setting makes a much different impact than it would if it was a tense atmosphere, like say a fight against the devil, or Denji was running for his life already or was dying already, something like that. The impact of this kind of dialogue in that scenario would be much different than the impact they gave in this scenario. So the kind of setting for delivering the dialogue was important in my opinion to set the mood for the chapter. He goes on to fight the tomato devil, and in my opinion it's really ironic that Denji had to fight a devil based on food produce. In return for defeating the devil that is based on food produce, what he gets is an amount that could not fulfill his stomach or his friend's stomach. On a side note, Tomato Devil was also probably a reference to the movie Attack of the Tomatoes or something like that was its name. I will have to look it up one more time. Also, Pochita and Tomato Devil are our introductions to the system that this manga uses, which is devils and contracts. Considering that the dehumanization theme has been set up by now, that is a very fitting theme for this kind of story. So Denji has relied on and used Pochita for this skill, and he is both a friend and a tool. Thanks to the chainsaw on his head, nose, whatever. Pochita also uses Denji for elevating his own loneliness, considering that devils don't normally make friends with humans based on what we have seen and what we will continue to see more even in this chapter itself. Now, the dehumanization theme is reinforced by showcasing the dog-like treatment of Denji and his own need to treat his friend like a tool, and the fact that a devil and not a human is Denji's best friend and the only one who treats him like a human. Denji dreams of this and that, but Fujimoto is careful to show us that when Denji makes his wishes, the lights that are showcasing him to us basically get covered in darkness, or rather, Denji gets covered in darkness, even though at least to us readers, until that moment we could see him very clearly, which is, in my opinion, a bit of a foreshadowing for the struggles that are to come Denji's way if he wants to fulfill his wishes. Next, there is also the placement of panels. When Denji is betrayed, all the panels that lead up to it, in those panels, Denji is shown ahead while the person who stabs him in the back, the panels containing him are literally show him right behind Denji. The panels are arranged in such a manner that you could call it different kind of foreshadowing. And then there's a zombie devil. Like, why zombies specifically? Well, it could just be because it made things simpler by killing the minds of all the Yakuza, but let me try another angle. So Denji is paying for his father's sins basically, and even from beyond the grave, those sins still haunt him. Just like the Yakuza hunt him despite losing their own lives via zombification. And Denji eventually does go ahead and kill them while deepening his understanding about the world. And while he reaches this realization about desires and all that, Denji finally tries to take some agency for himself. And then we have Makima's entrance, and as she holds Denji in her arms, his chainsaw form melts away. He gains some agency by shedding away his humanity, and Makima grabs hold of him as he eventually returns to his normal form. Plus, the fact that the chainsaw form melted away as Makima grabbed Denji, that is, well, I won't say anything cause it would be spoilers, but if you know, you know.